Good morning and welcome to day 5 of SICSS-Howard Mathematica. You know it's day 5 because I'm wearing my SICSS t-shirt. So yep, a few years ago we did these. If there is an interest in doing these and somebody would like to take on some leadership on that, we can make that happen. I still think we need to, in an homage to Kim, do a We Be Sixin' t-shirt. So we have not done t-shirts for our site. If there is an interest in doing that, and somebody wants to take on some leadership on that, we can make that happen. Collecting sizes in advance is a little challenging. So if somebody wants to take on leadership with that, I'm happy to help with that. And of course, we'll pay for them, obviously. So if somebody wants to take that on, let me know. All right, as we start every morning, please center yourself. Be who you are, and as you are enough. What you have to give and the questions you bring to the table are enough. I would also say the leadership and the suggestions you have are also incredible. They're more than enough. They're incredible. I've loved getting feedback from you all and hearing your ideas. And when we hit keep, start, stop in particular, there's a great idea in there we're going to talk about. Take care of your biological, technological, physiological, psychological, metaphysical, cat-related, dog-related, child-related, spouse-related needs as they come up. You should eat whenever you need to eat, including on camera. Please chew at us during the day. Turn off your camera if needed. Everyone is a student here, no matter what your title. That's for our faculty. Set your personal intention for today. Start thinking about what your personal intention is for the Institute. Not too late. Not too late. 7 days in, still 5 days left. If there's something specific you want to learn, a skill you want to begin to master, or you want to drink all this in from the fire hose from which it is delivered, get that big picture and then revisit the details again after the Institute, that is okay too. It is collaboration on a project maybe that you're interested in, asking questions confidently, practicing R, practicing Python, practicing Stata, digging up SAS and working on that, SPSS, we're going deep, this is a deep cut. Set your intention for today. It can change tomorrow, it can change midday, it is yours and yours alone. Run your own race. So I wanted to mention something to you all. I attended New York Academy of Arts and Sciences, the Humble PhD and Postdoc workshop early in my career as a PhD student. That happened my first semester, in fact, and it was recommended that, during that time period, we learned to recognize common mistakes that often derail the career paths of students and postdocs. That's what they said. These common mistakes often include poor time management, failing to reward accomplishments, humble brag, succumbing to pessimism, and not taking risks. By recognizing these mistakes, the folks at the Academy hoped that we would learn to maximize our potential and increase our career prospects. That workshop has helped me to define my life as an academic. Attend it if it comes to your school, or bring it to your school. Again, that is called the Humble PhD and Postdoc workshop. That semester, the happy folder was born for me. So every semester I drag and drop things into an email folder or physically print it. It goes into a desktop folder and sometimes a physical folder, so I can watch the things that I am proud of physically, like pile up. I encourage you to take a moment today and count your wins from this week. It was not long ago that you were new to this space. You are like old school now, old school. Think about how far you've come. Breathe. And I will also say, if there are any outstanding questions, don't be afraid to ask those. Please make time for questions. Those are important. So speaking of questions, we're going to drop ours in the chat box for today to get y'all writing. Our question is, who is your favorite Black female athlete? We shouted out a few, I think, earlier in this week, but somebody mentioned one that was not on our list. So please tell me how and who you love, who is a Black female athlete. So we want to see those. Some folks may not even know what sport they are, so please shout out that sport too. So we know. Flojo, yeah, that was the one I was looking for. So please let us know sports for people that don't know who those folks are. And also humble brag for us, all right? So we've got some housekeeping reminders for today. Reminder, we've got office hours 9 a.m. and at 12 noon every day for R and Stata, and also for Python, 9 a.m. and at 12 noon. So if you are struggling with those things, just want to talk to somebody, it is not too late to ask them and say something like, I've been so shook, I haven't even put R on my computer yet. How do I do that? It is never too late to start over, okay? So wherever you are in your process, whether you're like deep into R and thinking about creating a package or something, or you're just like, R, what's that? Not too late. Please go to the TAs and talk to them 9 to 10 and 12 to 1. For those of you who may have struggled with deployment of your surveys yesterday, there is a note from Jesse in Slack. I think all of these things have been fixed. If they have not, or if you just want to say hi to Jesse, hey, network, maybe you want to do a survey next week, his email address is there. Please go ahead and reach out to Jesse. So please make sure to thank our TAs early, often, all the time, as well as my staff. These folks are doing God's work here, doing the CSS work, flying spaghetti monster work, the goddesses work. They are working hard. And as I've told you, we believe in people being paid for their work. So they're all being paid, but you know, this is a long slog during the day. So please make sure you, as they say, tip your servers. Please make sure you thank your TAs and my staff. All right, so I want to remind you who is going to be with us next week. Just giving you a reminder of all the excitement that is to come. So for our guest speakers next week, we will add guest speakers next week. Those are going to be in the evenings. For those of you who are on the East Coast, a little bit earlier for the rest of us. So from 3 to 4:30 every day. I believe it's 3 to 4:30, or correct me if I'm wrong on that, Ankita, on the timing. And my brain is not working right now. No caffeine. Again, scary, right? No caffeine. Ankita, feel free to verbally interrupt me and tell them the timing for the guest speaker and office hours for our guest speakers next week. Feel free to verbally interrupt me if I am wrong about that time. So we have
usually at 4 to 5:30.
4 to 5:30. Thank you for your leadership, Ankita. 4 to 5:30. So we'll get an hour of live Q&A with our guest speakers, and then they'll have a half an hour of office hours. So we break that into 10-minute increments, and you can go and hang out in a small group with our speakers. So we do have a bit of a surprise next week. So we'll talk about that, but just note there will be a surprise next week. As you all know, Dean was not able to join us in person, so we'll be screening his Q&A. That is up right now, but there is a surprise plan for next week. So our guest speakers are Desmond, Dean, Imani, and myself. Going to be waxing poetically about my dissertation because your girl is on the job market. I need a job. I need, you know, if I can't buy y'all t-shirts if I don't have a job. So I'll be talking about my dissertation next week as well. And also there's going to be a surprise. I want to remind you all about our final data assurance checks at the end of the day today. Deeply important. Again, we have this relationship with Princeton. We are able to have nice things because we follow through on our commitments. So that data assurance session is very, very important. We may need to make sure we discuss removal of the data, all the metadata, all the metadata that's deep in the bowels of your computer. We need to talk about that. So please make time for that. It is our only late evening this week, and deeply important. So please make sure you are available in there for that. I also am going to ask Ankita, can you put a note on Slack that says gift cards ? On Slack, please everyone confirm when you get your package that you have received a $20 Amazon gift card from us. So at this point, we've heard of one person who did not have it in their package, and we want to make sure everyone has got it. There are a few packages that were incomplete that were supposed to be sent to me, and some of you may have gotten those, so we want to make sure we correct that. So please shake those books and make sure that you've received a $20 gift card, but also love to hear what you spent it on. So please let us know. Ankita is going to add a note, gift card ? Let us know that you received it and what you bought with it. If folks have not received their gift, your swag bags from us, please let us know in that chain as well. We have tracking information for all of those and can provide those to folks domestically and internationally if you have not received that yet. Everyone should have received that by now. It was sent to the address that you gave us. We're going to do our Keep Start Stop now. Keep Start Stop retrospective. So Ankita, I believe you're the one who's going to be sharing that for us. Please get our Keep Start Stop slides up. Again, Ankita is going to add a gift card ? in Slack. Please respond to that in Slack. Love pictures of what we sent you. And again, a note about whether you got your gift card and what you spent it on. I'm here for something pretty for yourself, food, books, whatever, no judgment. All right, day 4, that's yesterday. Let's take a look at your thoughts from yesterday. Keep. Not applicable. Nobody said anything. That's okay. I appreciate it. Y'all are tired. But please know that we love to hear what you like. We love to hear what you don't when we're happy to respond to that. Let's go to start. Now, this is the comment I wanted to bring to your attention. I think there's an exceptional opportunity for leadership here. I'm going to read it slowly and then tell you what I think you should do about it. So given that CSS is a developing field, and as we're learning various techniques and methods, it would be nice to hear from experts or have a discussion about best expected practices for using each techniques. Example, the standards journals might have for each method. That came up the other day, I believe, from Chris Bale. No. That came up during our MTurk discussion, I believe, right? It's one thing to run the analyses. It's another to run high quality versions of those analyses that would convince others it's worthy of publication. Maybe there are no collective standards, in which case it would be good to see what kind of checklists other CSS researchers have for their own research. Example, we must have these things done, checked right now. Thank you very much. Brilliant idea. Whoever came up with this, feel free to unmask yourself in the chat box. This is one of those things that I think could turn into an exceptional resource across our field. So you have access to 1,000 people that are doing this work. Many have been published. Could be great to create a Slack channel on checklists for standards for our field with sub-rooms within it or sub-channels on each of our topics and start collecting that information. This could make an incredible publication. This could make an incredible blog. This is an incredible idea, whoever came up with it. And if you need some help thinking about how to organize our community, because first and foremost, I want to see a deeply SICSS-Howard Mathematica led opportunity here on this topic. It's incredible to the point where I think if you're not careful, some people way above us on the food chain might take this idea. So I would say you need to gather some of your classmates together and come up. This is something that we would probably fund. Honestly, this is a great idea for a funding application. So whoever came up with this idea, and please feel free to unmask yourself to your classmates and start exhibiting some leadership on this topic. Chef's kiss, Salt Bay, amazing. All right, let's go to our next one. Stop right now. Nothing. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you. Love to whoever wrote this. Continue. Anything else? Thank you, Nanette and staff. Yes, please love up on my staff. These people are undergraduates, and there's the occasional high school student here. Please make sure you thank them. They are up at 5 and 6 in the morning. And falling asleep right at the end of the day, and right before some of them take jobs in industry, head to grad school. So please make sure you tip your servers. Thank my staff as well. Okay, let's go back to you can drop screen share for that. All right, looking ahead, we're going to review the schedule. But before that, I want to remind our lunchtime leads who you are. So we have folks from the Fed with us today. So Aaron Trolin will be joining us. Aaron and I have known each other for a bit. We worked on a project in the Philippines together. We quite literally met in our hotel room when someone booked us to stay together. That was the first time we met. Spent 2 weeks in the Philippines with no internet, no phones, just hanging out, talking to each other while managing our staff, our enumerator staff. We were in the middle of nowhere. So Erin and I are pretty close. She's a wonderful human being in addition to being an exceptional scholar. Shout out to UCSD. She's an economist. I'm looking forward to you spending some time with her and her graduate student, Zafsha. Great opportunities for grad students at the Fed. May want to ask her about that. Those are our question leads today. Brittany, Kevin S., Rebecca, and Ayana. When Erin and Zafsha arrive, you will be pulled into a room with them to get to know them. And also spend some time with our moderator. If you have not thought up your questions yet or watched that video, you still have time. I would recommend that. And other folks, please come up with some questions. I also want to share the breakout rooms with you all for today. You're not going to need to go there until after Asha chats with you for a little bit. But those are your breakout rooms. And I'm going to answer your question in just a second, Joel. Just give me a second. Those are the breakout rooms for today. Let's review the schedule really quickly, and then we'll go over Joel's question and anyone else's. If there are any other questions. Oh, actually, no, I don't have to answer that question. Joel put his hand up. We got some leadership here. Okay, Hoel is the person who put that question in. Hoel, please also check your Slack. I sent you a message, speaking of leadership. Okay, so we're gonna go over the schedule. Abril, please go ahead and screen share. And in just a second, I'm gonna hand the mic over to our good friend, Asha, who is going to chat with you. We, as always, folks, we leave a little extra time because things sometimes get delayed. So before I hand it to Asha, I'm going to give it over to our inspirational speaker for the morning. So we'll do inspirational speaker and then Asha. But before we do that, we're going to quick go over the schedule. So I see Amy Corkmay has arrived. Amy, give us a second. We will give you the floor for a bit of inspiration in just a minute. For those of you who attended our opening plenary, which is everybody, you'll remember that the provost shouted out his favorite professor at Howard. That is who is joining us for morning inspiration this morning. So we're gonna go over the schedule real quick. It is Friday. Y'all made it 7 days straight. Pat yourself on the back, buy yourself a smoothie, take a nap. Today is mass collaboration and machine learning. Your instructor is Asha. She graduated from our program last year. Asha will tell you about her level of exposure to this stuff before she started and was asked to teach this year. I want you to really listen to her exposure to this stuff prior. She'll do that alongside introducing the exercise. So pre-arrival materials and corresponding slides, takeaway at the top as always, Zoom links at the top as always. You had office hours 9 to 10 this morning, our state of Python. I just did logistics. We started a little bit late because of a technical difficulty. Don't worry, we'll pick that up. You will not lose any breaks. You have more than enough time today for your activities. Asha will take over in just a few minutes and we'll go over your group exercise briefly. As always, the links to all of the things you need to do are on our website. So 10:30 to 11:30, the group exercise information is there, including the full lesson plan and her slides. You'll get a nice big old break from 11:30 to 12 to take a nap. Please make sure you set an alarm and wake up in time to return. We had one of our staff members oversleep yesterday. That was fun. A series of phone calls to get that person woken up. Love when that happens. Hilarious. Bite-sized lunchtime talk 12 to 1 with the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, aka the Fed. So come with questions. 1 to 1:15 break. 1:15 to 3, you're back in your group exercise. Another 3 to 3:15 break. 3:15 to 3:45, we debrief. Reminder, anytime you all are together, we are adults. If you need to take a break, leadership, do it. Talk to your group and do that, okay? And then we finish with data assurance. Again, deeply important, 3:45 to 5:30. We need to make sure we follow through on our commitments to Princeton in order to have nice things. There's actually a document that we all need you to, a survey will all need you all to click through and sign. So anybody who takes this data needs to fill this out. So please, 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 with honey and sugar and candy chocolate buttons on top, 3:45 to 5:30. All right, if we can screen share the incredible Amy Corkmay, who's gonna give us 1 or 2 minutes of inspiration. Please introduce yourself, your connection to SICSS, and talk to us a little bit. Where are you? There you are, my friend.
I'm here.
We just met for the first time in Santa Fe, and we're about to go to that spa when you come back. Don't make me say I've remembered. Take it away, Amy.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Amy Corkmay. Most call me Dr. A. I am an associate professor of Africana Studies here at Howard University, and also the director of the data science program. I was able to learn about and be involved with SICSS through Nanette and the great vision she has put together in allowing this program to come to Howard University. And through what she has done, I've been motivated and also thinking about how we can continue this in our data science program here at Howard University. We have a master's degree in data science, and I'm gonna stop there. Motivation for today, 2 quotes. As much as you're envisioning computational science, social science, the connection between data and tech, I want you to not forget 2 things. One, as an individual, as a scholar, as someone who's existing in this world, one of my favorite quotes is, if the size of your vision for your life isn't intimidating to you, there's a good chance it's insulting to God. From Stephen Furtick. I'm gonna say it one more time. If the size of your vision for your life isn't intimidating to you, all right? If what you're doing isn't, it isn't that big, right? Think bigger. There's a good chance chance it's insulting to God, right? And the second quote I want you to think about as you're dealing with data, dealing with issues and numbers and computation. Tony K. Bombara, this is a quote that was quoted from Viral Justice from Dr. Ruha Benjamin. She says, Tony K. Bombara says, "What are we pretending not to know today?" And I bring that up because when you're dealing with data, many times you're looking at just raw numbers, right? You're looking at ones and zeros, and you may forget who's behind those numbers. You may forget sometimes your computations are impacting individuals' lives, right? How you're coding race, how you're coding gender, how we're coding religiosity. These are monumental to individuals, communities, young children, right? And the way in which you process this information. Don't forget about certain elements of structural racism. Don't forget about structural elements as far as discrimination. Don't forget about structural elements as far as who is not considered a part of this data set, whether it's disability, right? Think about what either someone else who gave the data set may have forgotten, but also what you are forgetting as you're processing this information. But all in all, the journey in data science and analytics and computational social justice and computational science is a beautiful journey. And the work that you're putting in now will benefit many, many more who look like you, who come from where you come from, and who are thinking about the same things you're thinking about, but don't have the skill set to do that. I think I did 2 minutes.
That was amazing. And please join me in celebrating in her and what was it? Ashe fingers. Sis got tenure. Woo!
Yeah.
Tenured. That gives me chills.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And please tell me when you're coming back.
I definitely will. I definitely will.
Yes. All right. And everybody, please, once again, Amy. Amy, thank you so much.
Thank you all for watching. For more information on SICSS-Howard Mathematica, visit our website, follow us on social media, and join our email list.